I'm Zach, and I'd buy a verse from Sir Mix-a-Lot in 2025.
I'm Ben, and I maxed out on, I don't know, that pie was good. I don't know how to intro, but I feel full as fuck and I feel sick.
I'm Lance, and I didn't eat the pie.
Not gluten-free.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Not gluten-free.
That I don't think that's a metaphor for like drinking the Kool-Aid, right?
I was just about to make that joke, too.
I beat you to it.
Yeah, I didn't drink the boysenberry Kool-Aid, so...
Yes, you did.
Oh, yeah, I did, yeah. So it was sugar-free, so it's not as bad. It's not as bad.
We all sat there sipping it.
Speaking of metaphors, there's a lot of pie references in the park.
There is. I mean, is that like a signature thing, though?
I mean, it's a part of the signature chicken dinner, so... I mean...
They say it's chicken dinner, but, like, that's never specified what is the signature chicken dinner. Is it just, like, is it grilled? Is it fried? Is it on a sandwich? That sandwich we have is pretty good.
They, like, bring a fried chicken and just smack you in the face with it.
It's an entire chicken dipped in batter, and then they throw it at you.
And then there's, like, a hose above the table, and the mashed potatoes come out.
Is this like Wipeout? Did you ever watch that show?
No, but I was a big fan of the MXC and Takeshi's Castle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was...
Remember for the Fox rip-off one, it was like called Bonsai. It was like a betting show.
No.
What?
It was basically like MXC, but it was the same types of things, but then it was like betting. It's like that. It was like a betting show, so it was like, which guy will fall from the porta potty first? And then you're supposed to like bet, and then they do the stunt, and then like, you know.
Dude, DraftKings is fucking desperate.
So I've never heard. I've heard of Takeshi's Castle. I haven't heard of that second one or that other one you mentioned though.
I think it failed after a couple episodes. It wasn't very
canceled after 3 episodes.
Well, no wonder I've never heard of it. It wasn't around for very long. What year was this? Wait. Before you say anything, let me guess. It was like 2009.
I think it might have been before that even.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everything cool happened in the early 2000s, Lance.
I was going to say, anytime you guys talk about something that I missed, it's like, yeah, this was like 2009 or before. It's like, well, I was
Bunzo.
in 2009, I was in kindergarten, so.
Oh, it was 2001 through 2003.
Oh, yeah.
That was a long time ago.
That was. Over 20. God, that's...
Oh my
God damn it.
It had to happen.
You know, I'm just going to lay back on the bed until that smell is gone.
Oh my god.
Alright, I apologize. But I promise the audio will be worth it.
It will be worth it. It's going to be fucking hilarious.
Okay, that was bad. I'm sorry.
It's funnier when it's remote, because then you can't smell it.
Yeah. That's going to be just so out of left field whenever people listen to this for the first time. They're listening to us talk, talking about game shows, and then you just rip one in the microphone.
Well, I mean, I would like to say that you guys saw it coming because I stood up and turned around.
It wasn't enough time to react, though.
Yeah, they couldn't avoid that.
I had like a deer in the headlights moment there. I was thinking, oh god. It's like you're paralyzed, though. You can't move.
Well, like... There's been a couple times when you farted and the mic has picked it up and you're like, how'd the mic pick that up? So I figured instead of trying to like sneak it out, might as well just like fart right into the microphone. It's my microphone. I'm gonna have to talk into it more directly soon.
I'm looking at the audio visualizer on there, and you can like see a spike in the audio where he. I think that's
maybe that was the fart.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like what sort of fart it was. It's just like a big black like line that just shoots out, and everything else is just normal.
I'll admit, I'll own up to it. The last like 6 rides we did tonight, I was farting a bunch.
I had that a few times. Like when we were on accelerator and like coming down off the top hat, I like really had to let one out, and like it just.
I had like a perfectly timed one right when we caught the drop of accelerator, where it was like.
I don't know if you've experienced this, but like if you do have to fart on a roller coaster, this whole topic is dumb. Like G-forces that you don't let you, like airtime, you can't, like I can't let it out, or like, you know, positive or negative, you know, unless it has to be just regular 1G, you know, just regular gravity.
Do you think it's possible to fart hard enough to create airtime?
It won't be just air.
Okay, fart time, I guess.
I mean, I guess technically, like, it probably wouldn't be enough for you to feel, but, like, it'd probably, like, decrease your mass enough to where you experience, instead of, you know, 1G, you experience, like, 0.99999, you know?
Like, would there be a way to, like, pressurize your fart?
It's like one of those air cannons that you can... Oh, we were just talking about those earlier, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
The air Zukas.
Now, that would be fun in a queue line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if you could stand in the corner, like, they used to have, like, at Magnum, like, the lifeguard chairs where people would watch out for the line jumpers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you could get one of those... and you met random people in the crowd. You're like, all right, blue shirt over there in the corner. Boom.
Well, I think you got to kind of provide context to our conversation earlier as well, though. I mean, do you mind sharing that again about what you and your friends did in Walmart?
Oh yeah, it was this time in Walmart, and some guy like farted in one of those, and he was aiming towards this other guy who was like turning the corner, like into the aisle that we were standing in. And so he like shot it right as he's turning the corner, and his hair like blew back, and just immediately like had this like wretched gag sound like, and it was like satisfying that like his reaction was like it meant that it worked, which was so funny and satisfying.
Yeah, you were saying that you had to like. There was test runs done with other apparati.
Yeah, like the lunch cafeteria table using a folded up cardboard like folder.
You ever try a lunch tray?
No. Well, the folder worked because it had like a full cupping action. It was like a scoop, just like.
I think now if you reverse engineer that whole thought process, you actually got a way to get rid of the smell of farts.
He just launched them outside the window.
Yeah, exactly. You fart into the Airzuka and just blow it right out the window.
Yeah. It'd be funny. Like a good use case situation for this would be like, you know, you fart into the Airzuka, and then you get like a really packed public bus, and you go to get on, and then you just shoot it in there, and then as the doors close, you step out and just watch everybody in the windows.
It's like an elevator. I don't know what you even when you call that when you like fart in an elevator and then walk out. Leave it for someone else.
Yeah, just wait for a really busy elevator, like you're gonna get on, and then like right as the doors start closing, just launch it right in.
Kind of like wave at them as the doors close. Toodaloo.
Well, welcome back to Your Favorite Coaster Sucks. We are obviously an all roller coaster podcast. where occasionally we'll delve into the fun nature of flatulent-based stunts.
I mean, this is all we were talking about in line today, I feel like. I mean, most of our conversations in line were about food and shitting and farting and dumbass shit. But it was a good time. For context, we're at Knott's Berry Farm right now in the Knott's Hotel. Our social security is this, and never mind.
We're in room 736. Sorry to whoever stays here after us.
Yeah. We'll carve something into the wooden bed frame, and you have to try and find it. So good luck with that.
I'm sleeping on an air mattress that doesn't fit in the room.
We'll have to get a picture of this and post it on the Discord.
So there's a bed that's not parallel to the wall.
It's like they intentionally designed it to not let that happen.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
They found the exact dimensions and just made it off by like 1 foot.
You gotta get like a kids blow up one so that you're like
Yeah,
off.
if it was a twin, I think I'd be fine. But
Yeah.
me with a queen bed, needing some space.
How awful. How tragic.
So we're here at Sunday night. We spent the day in Knott's. We've been here in Southern California since Thursday. And it's been a hell of a trip.
It has. I was about to mention that. I mean, overall, this trip has been about as smooth sailing as you can get, I feel like. So we got here, Thursday? And yeah, Thursday was the first day we got here. Went to SeaWorld San Diego.
We went to Belmont Park at Mission Beach.
Oh, yeah.
In San Diego.
Attempted.
And the Giant Dipper was closed until yesterday. So we missed the Giant Dipper by 2 days.
I don't think either of us or all three of us are too sad about that. I mean, it would have been cool, but like...
It's fun, but I mean, you know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, we went to SeaWorld after. Well, we stopped and got some food.
We did, yeah. That restaurant was pretty good.
Yeah, some pretty good Mexican food. Had drinks, and then off to SeaWorld. Let me open my notes.
Yeah, you take pretty detailed notes about all this.
I like to make notes so that I can reference it on the podcast. We rode Emperor in the row 1. That was fun.
I think that's better than the larger B&M dives.
And the front row ride we had was pretty good. Wasn't that rough, or I mean, rattly. We rode pretty good.
Yeah, I rode fun and smooth. I gave it 4 out of 5.
I mean, it's a dive. It's a good time, but you know, it's nothing to write home about. For a dive, though, I would say it's on the upper end of them. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think the larger dives are just... I don't know if they're like just too drawn out or what, but the smaller ones are a bit snappier.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a B&M, so it's still going to ride very gracefully, but the smaller ones just seem to work with their land more. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I think the problem with like Griffin and Sheikra is the rows are too wide.
Yeah.
Like that's a cool visual thing, but it doesn't really ride that good. It's more of a visual spectacle than it is like a ride experience.
The 6 across looks kind of funny to me.
It does. Yeah, I agree with that.
And isn't the new one 5 across, or is it 6? Isn't there like an odd one? Like Dr. Diabolical is like an odd number.
Me and Zach both pull out our phones at the same time to double check this.
It's RCDB.
It's probably a good place to go. Random roller coaster. Luge at Parc d'Ohany, I think that's how you say it, in France. It's a mountain coaster. Very cool.
So Dr. Diabolicals and Iron Menace are 7 across.
That's weird.
Wrath of Rakshasa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7
7 across on Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 across on Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 across on Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 across on Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 across on Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 across on Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 across on Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 across on Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 across on Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 across on Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 across on Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 across on Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 across on W
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it says on the trains. Okay. I'm looking at the promotional pictures. The promotional pictures are just not accurate whatsoever. The promotional shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is this an AI image? Hold on. Oh my god, I think this might be AI. Hold on.
I think you're right.
For those of you listening, go to RCDB and look up Wrath of Rakshasa. There's a first image. It has the title and then the drop on the right side, and then a picture, like a close-up of the train on the left. It's like...
Oh, yeah.
Very clearly...
It is probably AI.
Fucked up.
They're like, we could hire... We'll just call him Bad Nitrous. We could hire Bad Nitrous to do the animation as per standard. Or, you know, we could just tell fucking Crayon about the ride.
Yeah.
They're like, no, purple track.
That park, not great America, but SeaWorld. I mean, that was a $90 ticket. Was it $90 or was it $70?
It's $100.
Yeah, it was basically $100 after tax for a dive. Their Skyrocket 2 electric eel wasn't working. I mean, it was working. It was testing all day. Never opened. Manta. Their mock.
Manta was pretty fun.
Yeah, Manta was good. It wasn't $90 good. It was good.
It had like 3 strong moments that were pretty fun.
Yeah, some good airtime. A little bumpy.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of common with Mac for some reason. Is it Mac or Mock? Is it Mac?
I've always heard Mock.
I think it's Mock.
Mock. Okay.
We watched the dolphin show.
That was cool.
That was cool.
That was probably the highlight of the park, in my opinion. That and the penguins. Penguins are cute. Yeah,
the penguins were really cute. And then when that little girl scared them.
Oh yeah,
that was funny. They all dispersed. Arctic Rescue in row 8. That was fun, but it was very similar to Manta, just like without the airtime, really.
Yeah. Finding out later that park is one of the most highly attended parks ever is kind of strange. But to jump back to Arctic Rescue real quick, Ben got stuck on that, or didn't get stuck, but went down as soon as he got on.
Yeah, Lance and I rode, and Ben was next because it was one train. So we get off, Ben sits down, and then they
well, it was because
the train.
They like manually opened your row, and then that shut down. It like froze the ride.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so we broke it.
Yeah, they unlocked you because they didn't want you to re-ride again.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was dumb.
Oh, so they just broke it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice of them.
Yeah. I know you got a pretty good video of him. Did you show him that?
Let me find it.
Just waiting.
When you're on the ride.
You had some like voiceover to it as well. It's pretty funny.
Let's see here. The dolphin show.
You got one of him at SeaWorld and at Magic Mountain, and a picture of him next to an AI photo at Knott. So you hit all 3 parks.
By himself. I just went down. I'm pretty sure Ben's the reason why. He's gonna have to cut off and everything. Just making everybody get right the hell off.
I mean, sitting by yourself on a train is a hard place to look interesting.
Send that video to me, please. That's awesome.
Yeah, so what did you think of the ride?
I kind of liked it a little better than Manta. I always thought those were fun. It does the like the quick turns, like that El Toro final, kind of like figure eight kind of turns are fun.
Yeah, there's definitely some of those like rapid changes in direction.
Yeah, and it's pretty smooth.
Yeah, it was smoother than Manta for sure,
Yeah.
but it lacked the airtime, which was a little disappointing.
Yeah. I still think they could have done something a bit better with that area. I mean, like what you said, they're very similar to each other, like ride style wise. I mean, Manta has a few more moments of airtime, but it's generally just back and forth turns, crossing over itself, a few times, multiple launches.
I wish there was a water feature on Manta. There's like a lot of nice theming, and there's a pool, maybe about a foot deep at the bottom, the low point after the first launch. But there's not really a water feature. It'd be nice if there was like a waterfall or something.
Yeah, have like do a Manta over at Orlando. Have the water jet shoot up as you go, as the train passes next to it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah.
I was glad to go though, because it had been 25 years since I had been to that park previously. They had no roller coasters then, so
it was a good time.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious if they'll ever expand that park anymore. If it's the most visited, what was the most visited number of it? Was it in like top 20?
Yeah, it was top 20.
That's actually pretty shocking.
Let's see.
Surprisingly high. Because we were having a whole discussion in the Ghost Rider line tonight about most visited theme parks and amusement parks. Obviously the Disney ones are up there, but top 3 are, I think, Knott's, and then Canada's Wonderland, and then Cedar Point. I know is Magic Mountain on there at all, or no?
North America, let's see here. SeaWorld Orlando is number 10. Knott's Berry Farm number 12. SeaWorld San Diego number 14. And it looks like 3.5 million was their attendance in 2022.
That's insane. That park was dead too. I mean, everything was a walk-on.
We've really lucked out on this trip.
We have.
With the crowd levels everywhere, because we left out of SeaWorld and we drove up all the way up to Valencia. Thanks, Ben. That was a cruise.
Yeah.
Trevor wasn't too bad.
No, it's just that's a distance. I didn't really realize how far San Diego was from LA.
That's got to be was that like a mentally taxing drive at all, or no?
No, that was pretty easy.
Because it was like traffic the whole way. I mean, it wasn't consistent traffic, but it was kind of stop and go.
It was a straight shot. I didn't think it was too bad.
Yeah, it was the 5 the whole way. There was only a couple choke points, but...
Yeah. We didn't have any choke points in any of the parks. I mean, the longest we waited in was Saturday night at Knott's, but, I mean, Magic Mountain on Friday and Saturday, it was smooth sailing. I mean, we didn't wait what, more than
Saturday was gonna be fucked at Magic Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the one train ops.
Yeah.
But Friday was good, man. Friday at Magic Mountain, we rope dropped. We got on full throttle right away. In the back, it was fun.
Shin guards killed it. That could be a fun ride if it had a second half and the shin guards weren't there.
I was really glad to get that credit, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you got it.
I mean, yeah, I gave it 3. 3 of 5.
Give it like a 2.
Middle of the pack. I did Twisted Colossus in row 1.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
Perfect duel, too.
Yeah, we got a duel on the green track, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, we were on the green track. That was good. Great airtime on there. Then things started getting a little wavy.
Yeah.
We went on Riddler's Revenge, and that was like incredible.
Yeah, that was a good. I liked how it didn't age, or it's one of the better aged B&Ms. Like, it really wasn't bad, especially for being a stand-up.
Yeah, that really hit.
way more enjoyable than even like Scream and. I mean, Tatsu's still fine, but like it's intense. By the end of the day, like when we rode Tatsu, I was like, I don't know if this is my favorite B&M anymore. I think I like Riddler more.
Yeah, man, Riddler was really a highlight at Magic Mountain.
I'm gonna be the odd man out here. I'm not a fan of B&M stand-ups, just period. First ride on Riddler was pretty bad for me, but that's just because of how my restraint was. I didn't set it properly, so the entire ride was uncomfortable. Second time around, though, wasn't too bad. I mean, it's still just not a fan of them. I don't know. I don't like the super forceful stuff on stand-ups. I mean, it wasn't super forceful. I mean, it was, but it was very clearly a 90s B&M, but it wasn't as forceful as some of the other ones are. There we go. I have a hard time with words sometimes.
Yeah, I think they figured out the layout on that one well for a stand-up.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it as much as you did. I'm curious to see how Pipeline runs. Haven't been out there yet.
Yeah, that one looks like real swooshy. Because the other one I remember liking a lot is Georgia Scorcher.
Yeah, I think that's the only one that was built. I think that was built after Riddler.
I think
it was
right.
the last stand-up. But that's also kind of the same way where it's like less about the positive moments and it's more about like diving, bank turns, and like banking side to side.
Yeah.
That one's good.
Yeah, and it only has 2 inversions. So they
Pipeline?
definitely Scorcher.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Didn't they get floorless trains recently or no?
I don't think so.
No, I think it's still a stand-up.
Okay. I'm trying to think of which one got somewhat recently floorless trains. Oh, Iron Wolf got floorless, didn't it?
Yeah, and then Patriot at Great America.
Yeah. Never mind then.
Like, that one does not seem fun as a stand-up. Because it has a lot of, like, janky turns. It's, like, quick, janky turns. It's kind of similar to Iron Wolf.
Yeah, I mean, like, Vortex at Carowinds is garbage.
Yeah.
So I've heard. It's been down every time I've gone.
You're not missing much.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I think the stand-up thing is, the gimmick is cooked, right? But I think Riddler's Revenge is probably, that and Scorcher were about as good as they could get.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't read Scorcher, but I mean, Riddler's Revenge, it was alright. I don't want to say it was awful, but it's not my thing, I guess.
I think you guys rode, there's a couple things I definitely sat out on.
Yeah, what? I know you said out on Scream, you weren't missing anything there. I mean, that had a serious rattle to it.
Yep, and I knew that, so I sat the fuck down.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ride on it wasn't as bad as I was expecting, but I regretted it. Because, like, I knew exactly what to expect, but I was like, it's still a floorless. Like, it still can't be that bad. But
It was that bad.
it's just neglected. It's just, I don't know. That's, like, the one ride that does not make any sense.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I similarly knew what to expect, so I was like, you guys have fun.
I thought it was funny, too. Me and Ben were getting off that ride, walking down the exit, and I vividly remember somebody saying, man, that ride was awesome. I was thinking, really? Was it?
Yeah, that's mid at best.
Yeah.
It's fine, but
Nothing special.
I am sensitive to that fucking jostling, and
Yeah.
Scream is not
Not
the
it.
smoothest
Nope.
for that sensation. Yeah, I know you guys also rode Apocalypse.
Yeah. Which was running, it was not, I mean, it was pretty rough, but, like, it was at least running fast.
Yeah.
Like, I've had worse rides on it where it was, like, just as rough, but it was super slow. At least it was running true to its, like, intended speed. Which was good, so you still could experience like, the airtime and stuff, but yeah, it ran poor so bad. Like, it literally is a forward-thinking theming where they just let it neglect. It's Apocalypse.
Yeah. We had a lift. Well, we didn't get lift stopped. The train before ours got lift stopped. I think somebody had their phone out, which is kind of. I mean, you guys. I've never been to Magic Mountain. This was my first time. You guys said that's like not common whatsoever. Like there were.
Well, normally it's the park where like they never gave a shit about loose articles. Like nothing was ever really enforced there. It was always known as like the park to take POVs at.
Yeah, there was like a contingent of like older enthusiasts when I was a kid, like in 05, 06, hung around Great America, and I remember them telling me like, yeah, you can just take POVs at Magic Mountain. And I'm like, oh, they let you do that? And they're like, they don't care. And that was pretty much it. Back when I went the first time in 2007, I just had my Sony Handycam like in my hands in the station. Nobody said anything. So it's like, oh, I guess I can do this? Okay.
How things have changed.
Yeah, well, like, cell phones weren't what they are now
true.
back then. There wasn't, like... It wasn't like every other ride people were whipping out cell phones.
Yeah. I think especially... I mean, I can't speak for everybody or all of the park on this, but... I mean, after that girl got hit on Twisted Colossus... I think it was Twisted Colossus. Let me fact check myself real quick. I remember somebody getting hit with a phone on Twisted Colossus. Twisted Colossus phone incident.
Well, that's why they stopped dueling dragons, I know.
Were people throwing stuff at each other?
Possibly. I thought somebody lost an eye.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. In July 2022, an 8-year-old girl was hit in the face by a cell phone while riding Twisted Colossus. She needed 10 stitches to close the wound.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so... I'm surprised they weren't more strict, because I mean, we saw multiple people leave the station with phones in their hands, and nobody said a word. I guess it kind of depended on the crew.
That guy was like, wait, I was just about to buy Ethereum.
Probably a good week to buy it, too. It just shot up, like, today, I think. Something like that.
You know, that would be a great way for the new Six Flags to raise some money, is if they did a pump and dump. Coaster coin.
Make a,
No, you can totally buy a season pass with it.
Make a roller coaster NFT. Whatever happened to those?
They're worthless.
Buy your on-ride photos in NFT. Pay $16 today, but it'll go up in value.
What else did we? What else did we ride all the way there? We rode everything, but
yeah, I mean, we did like Gold Rusher and Ninja.
Yeah, you guys also rode Viper, like stuff that I sat out on.
Yeah.
Viper, I didn't do, cause
it's rough. It sucks.
I still like it. It's rough, but it's more so like I ride it because I know it's gonna be gone at some point, and like my body doesn't like the ride as much anymore. But like I don't know, I want to get as many rides until that thing goes.
I'm waiting till they announce it's gonna close, and then I'll go. And if they don't announce it, then too bad, so sad.
Yeah, it's definitely on borrowed time. I mean, that ride has been rumored to be taken down for ages and ages.
Yeah.
Speaking of rides might be taken down, Superman. Let's hope that stays around. Or not, I don't know.
But we got some real inside scoop from that one in
Oh, God.
Who didn't know if Intamin was still in business.
Didn't you tell him that about the podcast?
Yeah.
He's probably not listening to this.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
And if you are, thanks.
Yeah. Should I share that? Should we tell that full story or no?
No.
Okay. All right. We won't do it then.
I will throw a word of caution to the listeners. Like, maybe cap yourself at 3 beers in the park. Just gonna leave it at that. Nothing else needed there. What else did you guys ride that I set out on? Tatsu.
That was fun. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's good. Probably now a one-time ride for me, just because of like the back row pretzel loop is pretty intense.
Yeah, that pretzel loop was pretty nuts. I'm a big fan of the Superman flyer clones. I think those are fun. I'm into graceful, floaty stuff. And Tatsu was like a nice, intense version of that. I like Tatsu a bit more than the clones. I mean, it's a unique layout. I kind of wish I got to try front row on that, but it's alright. I'll come back eventually.
That pretzel makes you feel like your face is like ripping back.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. I love it though. I mean, speaking of intense stuff, X2, I mean, we rode that like, what, 3 times?
Yeah, I think we clocked 3 laps on X2. And it was great.
It was.
You guys rode Lex Luthor too.
We did.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a good time.
I chickened out. I'll own up to it.
Those rides still get to me. Like, whenever I was walking up to it, like, subconsciously, I know that I'm going to be fine. And I've rode Drop Tower more times than I can count. And, you know, every time I still walk up and think, you know, this is still makes me a little nervous, a little anxious. So I'm kind of glad that exists though, because there's very few rides that do that. I mean, when was the last time you got on a coaster and it genuinely made you a little anxious or nervous?
Probably
Last night when we went on Accelerator.
To be fair, you had substances in you, so that's probably a different story.
when we rode in the front row, I had the video of the cable snap footage. Like, I thought that like flashed in my mind like right before we launched. So I was just like imagining just like shrapnel.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I asked you guys about if your seat moved at all. Because mine, like, moved a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Forgot you mentioned
Just
that.
slightly, like, within tolerances and everything. But that also made me think of that video because the seat becomes dislodged.
Yeah.
And I was like, alright, well,
Whenever me and Ben rode
do it.
Me and Ben rode the top scan at Knott's earlier tonight, and the over the shoulder restraint kind of moved left and right ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't feel unsafe or anything. It just felt like it was just, you know, it felt like it was within tolerance, you know, and it feel nerve-wracking, but it was interesting. Just wasn't expecting it to move with my body weight as much.
Yeah,
What the hell?
yeah,
Sir.
that's what it's been doing that.
It's a ghost flush.
Yeah. Isn't Knott supposedly haunted or something? I don't know.
I mean, there's a ghost town.
There is a ghost town. I'm curious as if...
Is there a ghost mayor?
I'm gonna see if there's...
So, Magic Mountain, we did Gold Rusher. There was some pretty abrupt profiling on there.
Oh wait, which one?
Gold Rusher.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
There was, like, specifically one moment where you, like, lunge forward, but because of the restraints, you, like, clip your stomach completely. At least I did.
Yeah, those drops are like triangular. They just lunge you forward.
Yeah.
Classic Arrow.
Yeah. They're, like, either they'll come out of their seats or they're, like, come into the lap bar. One or the other. They'll be fine.
There's two distinct parts of that ride that stick out in my mind, and none of them were like anything major about the ride. Whenever you're going up the first lift hill, if you look to your left, there's a restraint, not a restraint, there's like a support you can very clearly touch, and there's probably like a 2-inch thick thing of just people's gum that they've stuck on there.
Tasty.
Yeah. And then also, after the first drop, you can like tell they didn't have enough momentum off of it to get up and over the hill again, so they have like this 15-foot chain lift section just to get you to the rest of the ride.
Yeah, that... It seemed like they were like, we'll put a lift here just in case.
Yeah.
And they're like, good thing we did that.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't thought through all the way. Probably one of the better mine trains, though.
Yeah, I enjoy Gold Rusher.
Yeah.
It's a good night ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although now with the construction there, Like, you can kind of see through a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We did Ninja, which was awesome with the log flume running.
Yeah, that was cool. I like how that dives over the water. I feel like that's a very simple effect, but it's so well executed on Ninja, I feel like, compared to Iron Dragon, just because you're moving at a decent speed. It's not 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, Iron Dragon's like...
boringly slow.
Yeah.
So that was a good change of pace. I liked it.
And I think Iron Dragon was built... Was that built, like, after the bat? Was that, like, their first suspended where they're trying to be, like, super conservative
Maybe.
with the swings?
Yeah, because there's, like, no swing on Iron Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to look. RTDB, let's find out.
So we ended up in the back row on X2.
Yeah, that was nuts.
That was insane.
Oh, that was...
That was like a full-on 5 of 5. Clap your hands, because this shit's fucking amazing type of ride.
I didn't find out on that ride that you have to keep your head back until the second ride. So that first ride, like, was awesome, but man, I had a migraine getting off that thing. And I mean, like, on most rides, you keep your head back and it kind of just hurts, but on X2, keep your head back. It's not too bad. Okay, so Iron Dragon was 97.
Oh, that's actually pretty recent.
Yeah.
97.
97.
Huh.
Cedar Point was just like, we want one of those swinging coasters. Oh, do you want it to swing? No. We just want to say we have one.
Yeah. Whatever's cheapest.
We rode X2 up front. That was fucking jerky. I don't know what the hell happened on that second ride.
On X?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were up front. I was in row 2. And it might have been that I was in the row by myself.
That train was like mostly empty too, so.
And that's the only time I've ridden on the the right side in the station.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure every other ride has been on the left side.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know if that makes a difference. But that was dope because the park had cleared out.
Yeah.
We had walked right on up to X.
There was a beautiful sunset that night too, that Thursday. I mean, I'll put a picture of it in the Discord, but that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, that was dope. So then yesterday we rope dropped Magic Mountain. We went right to X2. We got early entry, which is dope.
Yeah.
I don't
kind of bullshit our way to it, but we're not going to talk about that. We can.
No, I mean,
I guess just show your season pass and just walk in.
yeah, just ask, right? Walk up to the early entry thing and see if you can.
I feel like that's kind of like the Magic Mountain culture shining through a bit there, because like you had it, and I feel like if that were a Cedar Fair park, they would just say no.
Well, did you even have it on your pass? Is that a thing, a perk?
Well, just ask. Be surprised what happens when you ask.
Yeah.
So we were able to rope drop X2, and we got, was it first dispatch, second dispatch?
I think it was first one.
Yeah, it was row 3. It was awesome. It's great.
Can't go wrong.
We did Justice League.
That was disorienting.
Lance won.
I'm pretty good at shooting dark rides.
Yeah, he over doubled this next best score. Ben got 56K. I lost, but just by a hair, 55K. Lance got 120K. Then we waited around for 2 hours for West Coast Racers to open.
That's really all we did.
Yeah, we got food and we sat outside of West Coast Racers and just kind of sat there until it tested. Because we had checked on Friday and it was down, and they said, oh, it'll open tomorrow. So we needed to make sure that Lance and Ben got the credit.
Yeah, it was a motor. It looked like they were replacing, or like a limb blower motor or something.
Yeah. I mean, we quite literally saw one of the maintenance guys holding one of the motors, like, on his shoulder, walking into the ride area. I mean, they were doing testing for a while after that, too. I mean, it was like, what, 30 minutes? No, not 30 minutes, like an hour and a half of like, on and off testing.
Yeah, it was a minute. They sent at least like 6-7 dispatches after they had already test rode it.
It was quite a bit, but I'm glad we got that credit. I had a great time with that coaster. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but
I like the dueling aspect of it. It was done well.
Yeah, the theming's fun. The station was pretty neat. I'd say it's probably one of the better done coasters at the park.
The pit stop is kind of amusing.
It is. It is. They worked it into the ride well, though. I'll give them that.
There's some good airtime on the yellow side.
Yeah, there was. I like the inversions over. Like, there's very clear spots in the ride where you do an inversion over the other train. I'm sure when they were running that in CAD or like in testing it, I wonder how many like tries they took to get it to where they wanted it to be, so that it always crossed over the other train perfectly every time. Because you stop and wait, so you launch at the same time. It's pretty cool.
And that second launch is pretty good too.
It is.
First one's just, meh. But that second one really kicks you up a bit.
Yeah, that booster's nice.
So after we had done West Coast, we booked it on over to Knott's. Got in, and we went right for Accelerator.
Let me just say, holy shit, what a park. Like, it's so... Okay, for context, as at time of recording, I have not been to a Disney park, but I feel like Knott's is just the perfect blend between a theme park and an amusement park, because, I mean, as enthusiasts, not always there for the coasters, but coasters are kind of the main attraction, at least for us. Would you agree or disagree?
I mean, yeah. And like it basically has one of everything. It's well rounded out.
Yeah.
Also just fun at night. Like, it's a very nice night park.
It is. Very well put together. I think that's kind of the problem we kind of identify with Magic Mountain, is that mostly everything there is pretty intense, like, with a few outliers, while Knott's has a good blend of everything, and most of it's done pretty well.
I'm curious to see what you say after we go to Disneyland.
I am too. I'm excited for it, but I don't really have any expectations for it because I just don't know. This could be outdated here in about 2 days. So, we'll find out.
Well, you wanted to wait for the front when we got there.
Oh, an accelerator?
Yeah.
Any accelerator model, you have to ride it in the front first. It's so good. I miss Dragster with all my heart, and that was such a front row ride. Between the months of May 2nd, opening day, to like May 30th. And then it was a back row ride till about mid-August, and then you could ride front row again. Because June through mid-August, unless you want a face full of bugs,
Yeah,
you're...
it's always so gross.
Yeah, you just avoid front row after 8 p.m. and you're fine. I do like that about these parks out here, and just anything that's not near the water. No bugs. It's very nice.
Yeah, dude.
Very dry out here in general. Well, it feels dry, but what humidity was like, what, 83%?
Yeah, it was crazy humid, but it feels dry.
Yeah, it did not feel humid in the slightest.
That accelerator ride was awesome last night.
Yeah. That was our most ridden coaster this entire trip so far.
I was super high.
You were on a roller coaster.
Yeah, I took 100 milligrams of THC, and man, I was high as hell.
I noticed, like, whenever I hang out with you and you're high, it's like, it's not very visible. Like, you're really good at, like, not showing it. But, like, if I just stare at you for a second, it's like, yeah, I can tell. You also seem to enjoy things a lot more whenever you're high, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tends to be how it works.
Yeah. You go from having like a good time to like a great time.
Well, good.
Yeah. I enjoy hanging out with you no matter what, but whenever you're high, it's fun.
You know what? Smoke a joint before you come through, Zach.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're not high, I don't want to talk to you. Fuck off.
No taken. We got on Silver Bullet. That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't write what row we were in. We were in like the second to last.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's definitely a front row invert, though. I think we kind of determined that today. But still, back row was pretty good, though. You said that was a 5 out of 5 coaster experience for you.
It was.
Did you not?
It was. Definitely was.
Elaborate. Like, what makes that... Well, first off, why do you prefer front to back?
It depends on the ride.
Okay. Well, on Silver Bullet specifically, I should say.
I think just because it's an invert, you can't really see what's happening in the back.
Yeah.
So, like, I couldn't brace.
Yeah.
And so, like, that made it a little challenging and disorienting. But it still was fun.
Okay.
Like, that almost added to the enjoyment. Because I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
Yeah.
And, like, just, all right.
I know there's a cobra roll somewhere at the front of the park. That's about it.
Yeah, and when we hit that overbank, I forgot about that. And I'm like, whoa, there's, like, airtime on here.
Yeah, that overbank is probably... That's probably my favorite element on an invert period. Second favorite element on an invert period. Because that's surprisingly good.
Yeah, I like it's a good transition between like old B&M and new B&M, and it's still pretty forceful.
Yeah, the helix, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that coaster's a good blend. I wish it was a touch longer.
I mean, here's the thing. It doesn't have a mid-course. I
That
kind of
is true.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
That is true.
Because, like, I feel like it's got great pacing.
Yeah.
And if it were any longer, it would have a mid-course, and that would ruin the pacing.
Yeah. I mean, for a 90s B&M, yeah, that makes sense. I'm kind of comparing it to Banshee too much. But...
It's definitely not a 90s B&M.
Oh, Banshee?
No,
Or-
Silver Bullet.
Oh, you said it's not a 90s B&M, or it definitely is?
It's not.
How's it not?
Well, it opened in 2004.
Oh, never mind. I'm gonna eat my own words. Ignore everything I said earlier.
I think that's the turning point when they started making things swooshier.
Yeah, way less snappy.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't around for that. I mean, I was, but I wasn't paying attention to roller coasters.
Yeah, because the next year was Hydra, which was like...
It's pretty swooshy.
Yeah.
Although Tatsu came out in 06, and that's
Pretty intense.
all forces.
Yeah.
So it's like they were still able to do intense rides.
I think the market for just intense rides wasn't there anymore. I think majority of people that aren't enthusiasts would rather have something that's more swooshy and fun than more intense, you know? Like, swooshy has a lot broader appeal than ultra intense stuff does, you know? Which makes sense.
Yeah, swooshy's more re-rideable too.
It is. It is more re-rideable. Like Goliath, for example, that's a great hyper, but I mean, you never see that get as much universal praise as the B&M hypers do, you know?
That's because it lacks airtime.
Yeah. I mean, but that's my point though. I mean, the B&M hypers, they're all pretty swooshy. if you want to consider it that. Yes, no.
I mean, yeah, exception being like Mako.
I've heard that's really good.
Yeah,
Can't speak
Mako's
for it,
really
though.
good.
Yeah, Mako's got like ejector air on it.
Oh, that'd be nice. I mean, an injector doesn't necessarily make it not swooshy, though. It's not
I
like,
mean,
it's not like the
abrupt.
snappy rip your head off stuff, you know?
It's like abrupt, which makes it seem like kind of the antithesis of swooshy.
Okay.
Swooshy's like drawn out, like Banshee is
Okay.
like swooshy gold standard.
Sorta. I would disagree after the 0G roll. I'd say it's pretty intense. You got that pretzel loop, and then you got the vertical loop. That's those two back to back get a little intense, and then it does lighten up though with the inline twist.
Somehow I've gotten like 6 forceless rides on it, so
That's fair.
I'll keep trying, but
That's fair. Come back to Ohio.
100% of my rides on that ride, I'm like, man, whenever the forces kick in, this will be fun.
The forces are the rattle. That's the only forces you get.
They're like, oh, you know, the force of like when like your shoulders hit the vest restraint in the second 0G roll. But
I love shitting on that ride. I love it, but I love shitting on that ride.
I'm just not a fan. And
No, I get it. I get it.
I'll try it again, but I just
We were all fans of Ghost Rider, though.
yeah, and that was how we closed out the night last night and tonight. It's been running furious. It was running furiously.
I think we talked about this as well, but the night and day difference between Apocalypse and Ghost Rider, as far as like not necessarily ride experience, but like you can tell how well maintained Ghost Rider is compared to Apocalypse. I mean, it's not even close.
Yeah, and also I was really pleasantly surprised with the new GCI retrack.
Well, there's like an additional 6 years of wear and tear on Apocalypse, though, to be totally fair.
I mean, that's true, but also, I mean, you saw Apocalypse, right? You saw how that track looked like.
I've been on it.
Well, I know you've been on it, but I mean, while we were there, is what I mean.
Yeah, I've been on it, meaning I knew I don't need to ride it again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but okay, well, back it up then. So Apocalypse is, you said 6 years of wear and tear. So 6 years ago, would you say that Apocalypse 6 years ago would have rode the same as current Ghost Rider? Or would you say Apocalypse would still be rougher?
No, I think Apocalypse got rough pretty quick. Like, it was good for maybe 2 years, and then it started going down.
Is maybe a slightly bit rougher 6 years ago.
Okay.
But I think part of the problem there is it's got the like the trains are so fucking heavy. Because it's got the onboard audio equipment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So I think that's really the problem. Is like, they can't really remove that shit from the train.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
But with all that extra weight, it like beats the shit out of the track. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Like, I don't know why they decided onboard audio on a wooden coaster was a great idea, but
Wooden coasters are loud.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know, now that I think about it, is Magic Mountain the onboard audio roller coaster capital of the world as well?
Honestly, so X2, Apocalypse.
I guess isn't that it?
That's it, but, I mean... Does anybody else have 2?
No. You can make an argument for Doctor Doom or Lex Luthor, or used to.
Did Superman?
No.
No.
No. Riddler? No. Well, I feel like... I mean, you could count...
If nothing else, it's absolutely the broken onboard audio.
Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, I feel like a Universal park would have more, you know?
I mean, Rip Ride Rocket, but then there's no other coaster in that park that has onboard audio.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's technically 2 separate parks.
Hulk does not have onboard audio. Wait, maybe it does. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Let's think here. Yeah, no, Rocket's the only one with the onboard audio there. Disney in Florida, Rock and Roller Coaster. Not Space Mountain. Disneyland Space Mountain has onboard audio. That's a separate park from Incredicoaster. I don't know, man. I think Magic Mountain might be the onboard audio roller coaster capital.
It holds 2 records there.
It's also the Mobius dueling capital.
Yeah, that is true. I forgot. Yeah, it's got 2. Or does it have... No. Yeah, just 2. Just 2.
Does Magic Mountain have the most aero coasters now?
It's got the...
X2, Viper, Gold Rusher, Ninja. 4.
Yeah.
4. That's pretty... Yeah, maybe.
That's a pretty substantial aero collection.
I can't think of any other park that has more arrows. I feel like the only park that would be a Disney park, because they swap spit a lot back in the day. No?
Only coaster or aero ever built for Disney was Matterhorn.
Oh, yeah, coaster. Okay, never mind. I just meant like rides in general, because I know that Defunctland made a good episode talking about Arrow. And,
Yeah.
And their involvement with Disney.
All of the opening day attractions at Disneyland, like, I want to say a majority, like maybe 60% were done by Arrow.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, never mind. Ignore
But
that.
they did not open with a roller coaster.
Okay. Oh, it's just a car horn. Okay.
Anyway. And let's see, today was a pretty full day at Knott's.
Yeah, very chill day too. Chill, both physically and metaphorically. It was cold.
It got a little chilly. We rope dropped. Accelerator. Fantastic. Then we rode Coast Rider.
Not great.
Opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get why it gets the hate. I don't think it... Get rid of the shin guards. But I don't think it was that bad.
The abrupt stops and the blocks were kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's my note. Coast Rider, shin restraints, and boring, and trimmed full stop on first block. 1 of 5.
I'm curious as if that first trim was just because the train in front of us was empty. Like, if it was just slow enough to where our train, since it had more weight in it, was able to catch up enough to where it would block check us on that. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just a theory I had that I was thinking about while we were on the ride. I could be wrong.
Possible.
There. I was thinking maybe we just got block checked just by like the slimmest of margins.
And maybe the operator was like, fuck these guys.
Maybe. Yeah, because the train in front of us was completely empty, so it wouldn't have been rolling as fast as ours with three
coaster enthusiasts.
3 coaster enthusiasts. 2 of them 6'5", and one of them, I don't know how tall.
I don't play basketball.
Oh yeah. Ben, do you play basketball?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think I've overheard people mention your guys' height like at least 4 or 5 times within the past couple days.
I think we're both just so numb to it. I mean, I don't care anymore. It's like life. Three things are guaranteed: death, taxes, and people asking how tall you are if you're over 6'4". And if you played basketball.
Death and tax evasion.
Yeah. Don't pay your taxes. Don't.
Willie Nelson. We rode Pony Express. It's short.
Yeah,
It is.
It's fun.
I think they could do so much better than that.
Now, I did notice on that ride, it has Mystic Timbers Tunnel.
It does, yeah. Right on the turnaround as well.
It's the exact thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
There was a surprise lack of, like, the train was themed, the station was themed, but once you're actually on the ride, there isn't really any theming aside from the raft rides below it. I don't know if they're considering that theming, but I don't know. Just not a whole lot there.
How shitty is a Pony Express that ends up back where it started? We didn't make any stops.
You just expected to jump off the train, you know.
Yeah.
There's no stopping here.
Duck and roll.
Yeah, you went off. You know, you may have to get a few scars on the way. Hang time, we rode that.
Yeah, y'all rode Hang Time. I sat out on that first ride.
Good time. I think it gets too much shit. I mean, everybody says it's super rough. I mean, I've heard people say it is, like, extremely rough, and I mean...
There's a fucking jolt in the loop.
There is. I'm not disagreeing with that. However, like, as a whole ride experience, would you call Hang Time rough?
I mean, the jolt in the loop was pretty fucking alarming.
It was.
I
Not
don't...
bad, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't call the whole ride rough, but, like, that jolt was, like, enough to be like... yeah, maybe.
It was alarming. It didn't bother me that much, though. I don't know. It was a good ride, but not like something I'm jumping at every opportunity to go get back on.
The drop's cool, but like when we rode in row 4, I felt like it lacked pullover.
Was that the last row?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually I did something I don't typically do. I put my hands up, but I also stuck my feet out as well off the floor. That was a good experience on that drop because that gave you some good pullover, at least for me. So it was more so about how I was riding, though. I don't think you're supposed to do that.
That's how you shimmy out of a fucking clamshell.
I got stapled on that one, to be fair. So
I'll leave the story a bit vague, but I know Ben and I have a friend who definitely shimmied out of clamshell restraints doing that.
oh god.
Yeah, and if memory serves right, he is a skinny, tall dude.
Okay. So basically, don't do that.
Yeah, probably don't do that.
Okay, alright. I enjoy doing that on hypers too, so I'll probably...
Yeah, well, Cedar Fair may be fine because they have seatbelts
They do
on
have
everything.
seatbelts, yeah.
But those seatbelts don't seem great.
No.
It's not like a wooden coaster where the seatbelt is actually the primary restraining device.
Yeah.
And the lap belt is a redundancy.
The seatbelt's just there for insurance.
Yeah, the seatbelt is a redundancy on the like ones like that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I'm gonna advise against doing that
Okay.
personally.
I will avoid doing that in the future then. Unless, that'd probably be, if you are going to go out, that's probably the best way to go out though. Like going over an
So much airtime.
Yeah. Best airtime you're ever going to experience in the last
Died
airtime.
getting airtime.
Put that on my gravestone. My last words would be, man, this airtime's sick. As I hit the ground.
Last words. Whoa! We got on Jaguar. Or Jaguar.
That was the most, like, forgetful coaster I've ever ridden.
It's like kind of more like a train.
Yeah. I don't even remember what it was like, really. It was just kind of happened. Take that clip out of context and that sounds real bad.
It's just kind of like a train. Like, it goes above that area of the park. You get a nice view. But that's about it.
I loved looking at Montezuma's Revenge and the great state it's in.
The pile of dirt.
Basically.
With 2 tarped up towers.
Yeah. They like very clearly use, what's that called? The disappearing green?
Go away green.
Go away green. Yeah, they like very clearly use that. And it doesn't make it go away. It's just 2 towers of go away green on a blue sky.
Yeah, it's but we did see an entire rack of Montezuma Forbidden Fortress merchandise.
Yeah, so
available for sale.
So if you care that much, there you go.
Well, I mean, to me, that strengthens them saying that the ride is going to come back. Because I think they'd have pulled that merchandise if it wasn't fully intended to have come back.
Didn't they put out a PR report for that, though, saying, like, hey, we're still working on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that, to me, I take both of those together to mean, like, yeah, it's just taking some time.
Yeah.
Got on Berry Tales.
Probably one of the most not broken, but that was not...
I don't know what happened with their dispatch intervals.
Yeah, that's what I was
They
getting
were
at.
stacking the fucking dark ride. How do you stack a dark ride?
That ride desperately needs a constantly moving platform. Like, more than anything.
Or just, like, the crew
Yeah.
needs to, like, push the trains out. Because what we found out... Well, we stacked all the way, like, halfway through the ride.
We did.
And if you stop during the sequences, play no longer scores. Which
Until
is
you start
weird.
moving.
Yeah, so if the car stops, it stops scoring until the car moves again. So, I don't know. Lance won again.
I'm so good.
He had 126K. I was close, 125K.
Yeah, you were... I saw at one point that you were like 1,000 ahead of me. I glanced over and I was like... And I wanted to step up my game there for a sec. I don't like losing.
I like shooting dark rides, but I'm not a good video game player. So
that's not really. I mean, it's a video game, but it's not really. Not really. I mean, it's a very physical video game. I'll put it that way. Video game playing doesn't really translate over to a shooting dark ride, if you ask me.
fair. I mean, I just liken it to being the closest thing. We did the Calico Mine ride. That was really fun.
It was. It's surprising how much they fit into that mountain. Like you get on there and you're thinking, like, this is a lot for how small of an area this is. I mean, it's not a small area, but it's definitely not a super big one either. You know.
The audio was terrible on there though.
Oh yeah, it was awful. I couldn't hear anything of what was happening. It was visually cool, especially for the 60s.
Other than that one part where they play the music.
Oh yeah.
That like the audio is pristine in that part.
Probably because the train stopped moving. That train was so loud.
True, yeah. We got a front row ride on Ghost Rider. That was fucking excellent.
That was excellent. I still think that's a back row coaster, but I mean, front row was pretty good.
I feel like all the airtime's in the front, man.
Hard disagree.
Where did you like Ghost Rider better, Ben?
Oh, sorry.
He's so out of it right now. You can tell he's tired.
God damn it.
He's got to be up in like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Cheer him on.
I like Ghost Rider in the back row.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, personally.
For sure. I prefer the front. I just feel like the airtime's better there. I feel like you get more airtime when you're being like pushed over the hill rather than pulled.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get that. I like the. I feel like you get stronger airtime in the back, just overall compared to the front. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't know. I just prefer the back on that ride. But I mean, regardless, it's a great coaster no matter where you sit. I mean,
No, it's a custom coaster.
all right. Well, that's it. See you guys later.
We did a nice little mini marathon on Accelerator.
Yeah, you guys.
That was dope.
I did 3. You guys did 4.
Yeah. Which I haven't been on a coaster 4 times in a row like that in several years, so that was fun.
Yeah, glad to get the rides in. Who knows how long it'll last around.
I think Accelerator is probably on borrowed time. I mean, considering what happened with Dragster and now Ka. I mean, there's 1 left in the Cedar Fair chain, or Six Flags chain at this now. And 3 left in the United States. If I had to bet money, I'd say the one that lasts around the longest is probably Storm Runner. I mean, I feel like that coaster hasn't had any sort of issue, like major issues.
Maybe Hershey's just like, keep it up at any cost.
Yeah.
We got on Hang Time. That's when we were in row 4.
That light package was beautiful.
Yeah, that was dope. We did front row ride on Silver Bullet at night. That was awesome.
Good stuff.
And then perfect 2 rides on Ghost Rider.
Yep. Yeah, closed out the night. 2 rides on Ghost Rider right near the back.
Got to see some kids trying to jump the line, get shot down by one of the employees. That was cool. That's always a highlight of my night if that happens. Don't jump the line. Just shove people out of the way so you're not jumping.
Yeah, just pee in the trash can. And don't leave your phone on the station.
Yeah.
Alright, y'all. Well, thanks for listening. It's past midnight here, so we're in Monday morning territory.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
We all gotta be up early. Especially Ben. We said, what,
Yeah,
5?
Ben has to be up early.
Yeah.
Lance and I have to be at Disneyland.
Yeah. How tragic.
Yeah, I'm on less than 4 hours of sleep right now.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Lord, alright. Well,
Whoa.
then let's wrap it up.
Alright.
Thanks for all for listening. This has been a great trip, and I'm glad we could recap it for you. Check out the Single Rider Line podcast.
Yeah, go check out the Single Rider Line on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Go follow me on Twitter. Just type in Single Rider Line. Same on Instagram. And got Discord as well. So go check that out.
And fart into your microphones.
Yeah. I got one coming on. Do we keep recording until I can?
No, fart into your microphone.
Oh,
not my microphone.
I'll start off an episode like that.
Alright, y'all. Well, thanks for listening. Until next time, your favorite coaster sucks.